can too. Thank you so much for joining in today. I'm so super excited about this week's talk. This week this is out there for all the perfectionists that are out there. I know you're out there because I used to be one of them myself as well. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you've had a wonderful day and you're enjoying these weekly segments as well, as much as I am for providing them as well. And I just wanted to ask, those of you, hey Tony, how are you? Those of you that are out there that are my perfectionists, what if you could just reduce your blueprint just a little bit? Because you see, the pressure and the stress that you not only put on yourself, but everyone else is just so incredible. And I ask you, life, it's a funny little thing, isn't it? And we're only here for such a short time. So what is it that you want to be remembered for? Do you want to be remembered for the cleanest floors that you've had in the street? Hi Dan, or or the nicest hair, or everything is just so perfect. Or what if you could just put those heavy bags down, put the weight down, and experience true freedom? What could that do? I've got a little few things that I want to share with you, and even a little bit of homework for you that will actually help you, but will only help you if you do implement. And I felt it was really, hi Michael, I thought it was really important to do this talk this week before we do rituals next week. And simply because I've just been coaching so many people, and the amount of people that I coach is just crazy because they're the perfectionists out there. They put themselves under undue pressure, undue stress. They get tummy aches, they get headaches, they get so stressed out, they get anxiety, a little bit of depression. But why? Because you see, nothing has meaning except the meaning that you give it. So, some of the things that I used to do, I know when hanging up my washing, I was taught by my mum, and it's a bit of a Cinderella story the way I grew up, but many years ago I was taught to hang up the washing, and the washing had to be perfect. The underwear had to be in a certain way and clipped on a certain way, the towels had to hang a certain way, and I went through my whole life actually doing that as well. Until it wasn't so long ago when someone reminded me that, hey, I'm already enough. You see, I'm trying to do things so perfectly to get the approval and get the love out there from everyone else. And I know that there's other people out there that are people pleasers as well. But I'd try and do everything just so perfect. But what if you could just mess it up a little bit? What if it could just hang on the clothesline and not even have a peg? Would it still dry? Ultimately, at the end of the day, would you have the same goal achieved? Absolutely. Without that stress of, oh, Johnny, it's got to be hung up this way. Or, packing the dishwasher. The dishwasher has to be packed a certain way. At the end of the day, do you want clean dishes? Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to loosen that little tight hole just a little bit. And for those of us that have children out there, encourage them to actually do it. You can teach them, you can guide them how to do it. But you know what? At the end of the day, if it's not done perfect, does it really matter? Absolutely not. You see, at the end of our days, when people are, at our funeral, for instance, and people are talking about all the wonderful things that we've done, do we want people to actually say, oh my goodness, you're so amazing at putting that dishwasher on or hanging the clothes up on the clothesline? Who cares, right? We want to be remembered for the impact that we've made in this world because, this world needs us. It doesn't need us to waste our energy on insignificant tiny little things that puts pressure on ourselves and on others. Because think about your children as well with their schoolwork. They go to school, they do their work, they try their hardest, and then they come home, and it might not have been that they got an A. And sure, I encourage, like we do incentivize our kids if they come home with an A. Of course, we're going to reward that behaviour. But we're certainly not going to get angry at them for coming home with a B or a B plus, for instance. Do you know, there's a YouTube video and it's B plus again. It's quite funny. And you know what? But that's totally fine. And, oh, sorry. Yes, I'm still on the video. Someone's just messaged me to ask if we're still on the video. Yes, we're rolling the video. Yes, so if our kids come home and they tried their hardest and they tried their best, that's good enough. We don't need to put external pressures on them at all. Now, what was I going to say? Things around the home, you know, new jobs and stuff like that. I talked about that as well. But many years ago, I did a course, and for all those warriors out there that are out there, hey Dolene, all those warriors that are out there, aho! Awesome. So this was an amazing course that pushes you physically, mentally, spiritually, beyond all limits to your cave. So they push you purposely on this course in Malaysia for the certain reason so that you can just see what's important in your life and what isn't. And it helps remove the outer layers of your onion layers, as I like to say, till you get down to your truth and what really matters and what's really the purpose of our life. So I remember on that course, and it was very appropriate on that course as well. And for me, you know, being the one that used to be the people pleaser, had to have all the friends around, make sure everyone was looked after without my needs as well. And what about, the background here is actually my deck. This is on my deck, and I've got all the trees and everything on my property, so I'm pretty blessed and absolutely love it. But anyway, when I was over in Malaysia, hi Jai, when I was in Malaysia, my hair straightener on this course just happened to die. It never worked. It stopped working. Why did it stop working? Who knows? I was freaking out. I was stressing out. I'm like, oh my God, how can I go outside without my hair being done perfectly? Do you know what? The moment that happened and I could not use the hair straightener, oh my goodness, I went back to me. It was so amazing. I just came totally alive, looked absolutely incredible. I see all the photos and I'm like, wow, did I actually need it? See, what if we could trade those expectations, what everyone else thinks that we should be or what we should look like, and trade it for appreciation? Because the moment I did that, the moment I went, wow, I actually look okay. Everything. I seemed to enhance absolutely everything about myself. And I could actually learn all the lessons so much more powerfully. I built more powerful, strong bonds in that course that I just could not believe it. And I look back at the photos and go, geez, you know, I didn't look too bad. So those simple little things, by just thinking, you know what if you messed your hair up? What if you went outside? What if you had to run into the shops with your slippers on and get some milk? Is the world going to explode? Absolutely not. Do you know what I mean? If you've just gone out there and you've done that. Or what if your kids work late at night? For those of us that have got older children that do work, what if you went to pick them up in your jammies? Is it going to matter? No. Because otherwise we put these expectations on ourselves and it's just wearing us out. It is just taking our energy away, whereas our energy needs to go where we need it to go to make our impact in the world. I hope this is making sense to you. Because also, you know, like when I was so blessed to be able to tune into my intuition and discover my baby boy floating and unconscious in our backyard pool, I was putting so much pressure on myself during that time. You can just imagine my own flesh and blood, the only person that I'm meant to protect and guide, and I've gone in to go and pick him up out of the pool and gone. He was totally unconscious, and I kept on thinking, oh my goodness, what have I got to do? It's got to be done perfect. You know what? At the end of the day, it was so confusing because back then, 11 years ago, compressions, ratios, everything was completely different between adults, children, and infants. And unfortunately, I didn't listen to infants when I was doing the CPR training. Who knows why? So when I was faced with this and it was my own flesh and blood, part of me was thinking, oh my goodness, this is so bad, I don't even know what I'm doing. But the other part of me was like, just have a crack, just have a go. Something inside of me allowed me to stop for a second, close my eyes for a second and breathe deeply, which allowed me to take it to a clinical response, which then allowed me to say, have a crack anyway. And if I didn't have that crack, if I didn't have a go, my little boy would not be with me right now. So yay to the perfectionist. Well, now I'm perfectly imperfect and I'm really, really happy with that as well. I'm now happy to hang my washing up crooked. I'm now happy to have messy hair. Do you know what I mean? I'm now happy to know that, you know what, if I need to paint a wall, that it doesn't need to look perfect, because I can just outsource that. I can get the specialist in that does that and actually do things that I'm good at. And we need to remember that. I know I'd like to outsource a lot more things, but even food, our dinners and stuff like that. I'm mesmerized by some people that cook, and I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, it's like restaurant quality. And when I do mine is fuel, you know, but is it still good enough? Are we still eating? Is it still healthy? Yeah, we forget to do that with ourselves. So there's a couple of different things that I want you to do for your homework. Firstly, sometimes when we do things the same way and expect the same result, that definition is insanity. Yeah. So every day we pick up a scotoma. Sometimes when we do things the same way, day in, day out, we actually fail to see the things that we need to see. So the way to change that is, when you clean your teeth in the morning, do you clean your teeth with one hand and you do it that way? So what if you could do this for the next week or even 10 days and just start to clean your teeth with your other hand? Will it still do the job? Maybe not as good, but it will do it. And you're actually helping yourself, allowing yourself to be open to see the things that you need to see. What if when you're putting your jeans on, you know, I know when I put my jeans on and I put one leg in and then the other. What if you could switch it around and put the left leg in, or, you know, like put the other leg in first? What's that going to do? For those perfectionists out there, it's like, oh my goodness, I could never ever do that. But why not? Hey, Robin. So what about your washing? Yes, I know that there's people out there just like me that aren't as crazy as, or that are just as crazy as me. And when you hang your washing up, you're hanging it up in the right place, you know. So I encourage you, the next time you put a load of washing on, what if you just throw it on the clothesline? Maybe put a peg on there. It doesn't need to look perfect. Is anyone going to see it anyway? I mean, get over yourself. I'm encouraging you to do these things for your homework. And I want you to write your questions below. And if you have any questions, so that I can do, hey, Roberto, I can do another call another week, because next week it's going to be on rituals as well. So, what was I going to say? Robin is saying that it's keeps on freezing. I'm not sure if it's my end. If it is, I do apologise. I don't have the best reception on the beautiful property that I'm on, but this is, you know, out on our beautiful deck, so I just wanted to bring the deck and the wonderful energy to you guys today. So I hope that you really appreciate that as well. So, and you do get some value from this as well. Yeah, but if you put your questions below, you know, I can I can actually do some talks and stuff like that to answer some of the questions or the topics that you'd like to talk about as well. Okay, because remember that we want to trade our expectations for appreciation. Remember always gratitude. You know, first thing in the morning, be grateful. Try to take the pressures off yourself, because that will also take the pressure off others as well. And it'll be just like a weight has been lifted, freedom comes, and you will find yourself alive again. I hope these tips have helped you. Thank you so much again for watching. I look forward to speaking to you again next Wednesday at 5 p.m. when we are going to be going through the rituals that I do every single day that have helped me remove the clutter from my head and tune into my heart. And I hope that it benefits you as well. I'm Tam from Why You Can Too. Let me help you to discover your why by first deciding that you can, so you can live a life that you can. Have a great week.